cool people, airplanes, and beer. I just realized 3 of my favorite things are in today's episode. Cool people, airplanes, and beer. We're running a little bit late, so let's get airborne. I'll tell you about it airborne. Let's go. Oh yeah, the delivery man. What kind of beer you got?
We got fresh squeezed non-alcoholic and fresh squeezed with alcohol. Some King Crispy Pilsner in here.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, that's my good friend Peter, who you'll know from my first Oshkosh fly-in.
All aircraft that are inbound for Oshkosh, welcome. It's a busy day.
Right, so you're gonna have traffic at 1 o'clock.
Clear prop.
Welcome aboard, brother. Thank you, brother. In the bogey.
Well, unfortunately my intercom audio didn't record, so here's what's going on. Peter works for Deschutes Brewing and loves aviation. In fact, he owns the hangar right next to mine and is shopping for his first plane as he finishes his PPL training. So with all the heroics in the world of firefighting aviation lately, we wanted to show some appreciation to our friends keeping us safe. One of the pilots deployed to our region is a backcountry aviator you'll know from some of my other videos, Ty. So essentially this is a great opportunity to show us around some rad fire helos. Enjoy.
So, dude, thanks for everything you do for us. Yeah, keeping us safe. Peter, this is Ty. He's our backcountry guy.
Great to meet you, man.
Well, we brought you something, you and your crew.
Oh, man.
Peter, why don't you start unloading here? I'll give you a hand.
This is cool. It's on its own. We'll work a little Deschutes in there. I like it.
I don't know what your protocol is, and if you can show us anything, we'd love to see some helicopters.
Yeah, man, we're officially off contract here in like 10 minutes, so we can go over and check out. We got 3 helicopters over there on the hill base.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Yeah.
So how long have you been down here at Prineville, Kentucky?
This is my 2nd day on rotation, but this is one of our exclusive use contracts, and so this one starts in May.
Do you ever fly the Skywagon back and forth?
I do.
Nice.
But this time of year we're hit or miss if we're gonna get to stay here or not. So
just contract stuff?
Yeah, they might move us south, once the fires get under control here, they put us up available nationally and we can go anywhere.
Okay.
So is that with Forest Service or Department of Interior? Or?
This is a Forest Service contract.
Nice.
Because if he looks familiar, he's been on the stole drag circuit, some stole competitions and whatnot. Any hardware? Did you ever win any comps?
Well, it took 2nd when you were there.
Well, I wasn't. I didn't make Ontario.
High Sierra.
Oh, High Sierra. That's right. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That's right.
Kathy Page took me down.
Kathy.
Yeah, I scratched myself on that one.
Oh.
But yeah, then just last weekend in Ontario, National Stole Series, got the silver behind Kyle Bushman.
Yeah,
the boss.
That is quite an accomplishment getting 2nd behind him, because that thing, I checked it out at Oshkosh, that is quite...
It's massive.
Quite massive.
Yeah.
Which is impressive how he can do what he does in stole. I looked at his numbers. They're ridiculous.
Now, there's no beating him in the touring class, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But that was fun. It was fun flying against him. But man, I know why you didn't come out. It was horrible last week. So smoky.
Yeah, it was the smoky, and then we had the lightning, which kicked off even more fires.
So this is the Central Oregon Repellers base.
Okay.
So you have different rappel crews here right now. You got Price Valley out of McCall, Idaho that's here.
Okay. Yeah, I've been seeing these guys flying over and thinking you might be in town, so I reached out and
appreciate it.
Of course. We appreciate you.
Yeah, so lots of different aircraft out here on fires. We operate the Airbus AS332L1 Super Pume. And the reason we operate this over another aircraft is the standard category. And this year is the first year since a pretty bad accident in 2008 that firefighters have been allowed on a Type 1 helicopter. So,
and what does Type 1 mean? Apologies.
Heavy helicopter.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's Type 1, that's a Type 2, the 205 over there.
Okay.
And then that blue helicopter you part next to, the A-Star, that's a Type 3.
Okay. So it's kind of counterintuitive. The higher the number, the lighter it is? Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep. And so...
What would you consider like a 60 or a Puma?
Well, so these are Type 1s, a 60. So this is basically a European 60, if you want to think about it that way.
Okay.
It's about the same size.
Yeah.
About the same capacity, but this is
light for you.
It's a sweet aircraft. It's kind of a big sports car. It's a big version of the A-Star. fully articulated system, but it's got a 3-axis autopilot, fully IFR capable. You can fly it single pilot. We fly it with dual crew. And then we take 8 repellers and a spotter and all their gear, which we'll see in a second. I'll open the door up. And we take them out and we can repel them right on a fire.
Wow.
So these brackets are hard points, and they put in their carabiner in here. And once we get on the fire, we'll size it up. We'll make sure we get clearance and put our guys in. We'll open the doors up, and we'll go into rappel operations.
Wow.
So your spotter sits back there in that seat, and once we start rappel operations, he comes out and is on a tether. This is all their gear, so there's saws and camping gear and food. These all go out the door. Sometimes we'll drop 3 at a time. All these yellow bags are the ropes for them to slide down. And then beyond that in the back, you have some med equipment, and then beyond that you have your bucket and long line. So a lot of room, a lot of stuff.
This is where the action's happening, right here.
There. And you got your own radio, audio control panel, so he can talk to ground resources or whoever he needs to.
God, that spotter job's got to be pretty high task when you're getting ready to get everybody out.
Yeah, they really start working when they got to drop this cargo too.
Yeah,
they're dragging it out, hanging it off the arms, and getting after it. So,
how long are the repellers usually down on the fire?
It could be a couple hours. It could be a couple weeks.
Wow,
it just depends.
Jeez.
And so they're just being resupplied.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're prepped for a couple days, and you resupply them.
You got it.
Wow.
Yeah, they got all their stuff, and then there's these catch-all boxes. There's more ropes and all kinds of accoutrement for rappelling.
Modern day cowboys.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, but they're so effective. You put them right there, and they can go right to work.
Is there ever an example of a time where coming in hot, like haven't done your intelligence or research on the topography or the fire, and you're just like making it happen as it's happening, or do you always get a good brief and study beforehand? Or
not necessarily a brief, but we go and we do a size up.
Okay.
And so we'll orbit the fire for 5-10 minutes, really get an idea what the winds are doing, and then what the fire behavior is doing, because you don't want to put these guys in harm's way. You want to drop them where they're going to be, or it's not drop them, but you want to set them up where they're going to be in a good spot.
So you've always done a little bit of prior research.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
good.
you don't want to get into the wind and not have any air to hold on to. It's not a good feeling.
And your IMC and
yeah, we don't want to do that. No.
Whew. Do you have like FLIR or at least synthetic vision or anything like that?
Nope. Just the terrain on the 750, and then we have our our 4-flight.
Okay. Yeah.
But like I said, it does have a 3-axis autopilot, so you get into real trouble, you can turn the autopillet on.
Okay.
So, and it's there's no AC in here. Everybody has a misconception that they think we have AC in firefighting helicopters. So
yeah,
it's toasty in here.
Whew.
You go through a lot of water, and you're in full garb. You got your full tactical gear on, your boots, pants, jacket.
Yep.
A lot of Nomex and all that good stuff. Jeez. Can't imagine looking down and only being kept airborne by rotating airfoils.
265 RPM.
Jeez. Yeah. The only time I've ever been in airplanes are in, I think, SH-60, doing a JTAC job at Navy SEAL Team 5, called us into San Clemente Island on the west coast of California. They got real world deployed, and they called me up and said, "Freak, we need some JTACs to control 2 carrier battle groups full of about 100,000 pounds of ordnance."
I just wanted to get you to say spheroid once.
Ellipsoid. On Crab Claw, which is the south portion of, maybe you guys will know what I'm talking about, south portion of San Clemente Island. And man, they would just drop.
Oh, Jack.
Did he get it?
Yep.
Yeah, he jacked up that building pretty good.
And then they do the shows of force. It was freaking amazing. And then a COD took us back home, which is their AWACS without the AWACS, the C2. And then water survival in Pensacola was in another 60.
You guys do water survival on warm water?
No,
it's not even
spoiled. I did do
no comment.
I did do Arctic survival in Fairbanks, brother. So settle down.
And all the way in the back is our initial attack bucket, which is a smaller bucket than we have sitting out here.
Attack bucket. Tell me what that is.
So initial attack. So as soon as we put repellers on a fire, once we give them all their cargo here, we'll then request to start supporting them from there.
Okay.
With water. And so we'll go land somewhere else. The non-flying pilot and the spotter will get out and deploy the line and bucket, and then we can go to work with those guys supporting them with water.
And they sit, non-flying sits left seat, yeah? Or no?
It depends on who's flying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can fly this from either seat. So if you're IFR, right seat's PIC.
Okay.
backwards of an airplane.
Right.
But if you're, for what we do for most time is we fly to the left because you're leaning over the collective and you can just pull up on it.
Ah, I see. That makes sense.
But this aircraft is narrow enough in the nose, you can long line from either seat.
Okay.
So it's really, really nice.
Wow. So you gotta look at this. It's pretty amazing. The visibility.
Yeah, you got great visibility, a big bubble window.
Yep. Now what's in this little bag?
That's just a plug.
Oh, because
It's out. So we take that out and we're actually flying.
oh, I see.
And then both sides of the cockpit have these rib pads on them. And so these slings go in here and that allows you to just lean on that and not have any tension on your upper body.
Yeah.
And then in our shop back in McMinnville, we've upgraded it to the 650, 750.
Yeah, I was just
Garmin in
noticing.
there.
Yeah, those look familiar.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then we got really nice audio panels, the TAC 45 audio panels that have Bluetooth and everything.
Oh, nice.
And then we have, so there's the 2 radios between the 2 GPSs, and then there's 3 FM radios. So at any one time, you can monitor 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 frequencies.
Okay.
So there's a lot going on in your headset.
Yeah. Does it do the 3D audio that the new Garmin stuff does?
No, they don't now. It's intense. So and then then you open the doors and you go into rappel operations and you just start deselecting stuff. So
Sure.
once you're the flying pilot and you go into rappel operations, the non-flying pilot will deactivate all your comms
Yeah.
except between you and the repeller
Sure.
or the spotter.
You just gotta, we call it like putting on the blinders on a horse, you know, you just gotta really focus on the tactical mission at hand.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but yeah, twin engine. It's about 1,700 horsepower aside.
Per side, okay.
Yeah, our bucket, our big bucket over here is 1,060 gallons. So
Oh, I gotta check that out.
yeah, it's pretty neat. So it's kind of our own company's design. It's a pneumatic bucket. So most buckets are actuated by electric actuators.
Okay.
And this is all air pressure. So we have a dual compressor system that goes in the back of the aircraft. This is a 200-foot line. So it goes down to this head, and then the pressure gets knocked down to 80 psi there. And then inside this bad boy, it's a big valve.
Gets knocked down from what PSI?
140.
140 down to 80.
Yep. And then this is just a big pneumatic valve.
Yeah, that's an elegant design.
And it's robust. One thing we really like about this bucket is it sinks really fast. It's got a really nice drop pattern, so when you release the water, it's got a really nice spread.
Oh, good.
Depending on your airspeed.
Okay. You told what the capacity is. I missed it. What was it?
1,060.
Okay.
So for example, the 205 over here, he's flying a 320-gallon bucket.
Okay.
We also operate 2 of those aircraft. I mean, they're tried and true. The sound of freedom. You know, when you hear the Huey coming in the air.
Sure.
And that's also a rappel platform. So he carries 4 repellers and a spotter.
All right. So then the big boy over here.
So it's pretty much the same size as us. That's
Is it?
That's a Sikorsky S61.
Okay.
And you'll notice he doesn't have a bucket, but he's got a big snorkel.
Yeah, that's right.
And so he's got an internal tank, about 1,000 gallons.
Okay.
And so we kind of operate on the same concept because I can open and close this bucket just like he can modulate how much water he has in there.
Okay.
We'll go out with a lot of fuel. So our on-station time is between 3 and 4 hours.
Wow.
Oh wow.
That's
And so
incredible.
you can support some people on the ground. Like you're not dropping a ton of water to start with, but as your cycle gets going, you can really.
So you'll drop your guys and gals, as it were, and then go back get water. What do you call that?
The dip site.
The dip site.
Yep.
And then do you ever drop anything with any special that pink stuff in it? Retardant.
Yep.
Okay, you do.
Yep. So they'll set up another acronym, MRBs,
Okay.
mobile retardant bases, and then they're in big bulk bags. It's just a red powder, and then they put it in an agitator and pump it into these big tanks. And it's kind of funny with this bucket. The tank is, you probably have 2 feet on each side of the bucket when you put it in the tank. So it's kind of like throwing darts, I guess.
Wow, yeah. Big pumpkin.
Yeah. So and then it's a big red pumpkin when it pulled out of that tank. So
Yeah, I can imagine.
and you go through most of your cycle dropping retardant, and then your last 2 buckets you'll go into a rinse tank, just pure water, and kind of drag your bucket through it to get all that red stuff off,
Okay.
and then you'll come back and wash it.
Because is it caustic or?
No, it's
not
it's
corrosive.
just nasty.
Just
It
nasty.
dries on.
Yeah. Is there? Do they still do the like seeding? They actually like putting seeds in it, or is it all just retardant?
This is just retardant.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's another thing you can do with I see the seats do it, and they have I don't know what you call it anymore, but they add foam in their water, so the water is kind of they
Oh.
get a little more spread to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. What's the dip sites I would have heard of for these fires? Like, if you go back to because you were back by Bachelor, weren't you?
Yeah.
Or no?
So we were dipping out of
Like Elk Lake or?
no, what was that? We were at the reservoir. Crane Prairie. Crane Prairie was.
Or Wickiup?
Yeah, we were dipping out Wickiup. It's too shallow.
Oh.
So we were in Crane Prairie though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's two small lakes between the two of those, and we were dipping out of there also. So.
And are all your contracts with government agencies? Or I suppose, if there's a big landowner, I suppose, do you ever do contract with them?
Yeah, big landowners. One of our sister companies, their contracts are overseas with landowners.
Okay.
We go down to Chile, fight fire down there. And it's more of the Forest Service, but there's a lot of private timber down there.
Okay. So he will have to drop.
He's just going to set his bucket down. You just pick a spot and set it down, then you bring your long line down, and your mechanic will shag it for you, so you don't land on it.
Okay, got it. What do you do for like training and simulators, and where are you?
Yeah, so I'm the chief pilot of Precision, and then I'm a 135 check airman in the Puma and in the A-Star. And then we have check airman for the 205 and more for the A-Star, and then soon the Pilatus also.
Oh, nice.
So
awesome, man. So you're a busy dude. Off season, what do you do?
Off season's heliski, training, scheduling, hiring, filming. What else we do?
Well, that's kind of it for off season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is Elian. He's another pilot. And you fly which two now?
I fly the Puma and the A-Star.
The A-Star. Nice. Okay. Have you ever taken a check ride with this guy?
Yeah.
Is he the hammer?
Yep. It's all good. It's all good.
Good. So heliski, do you do any of the skiing or mostly just the flying or both?
We try to do both.
Yeah.
You got a quality assurance, right?
Yeah, right. The POW is a little thick today. I'm gonna sign off this video here, man. I really appreciate what you guys do, and enjoy some beverages from Pete here. And
Thank you.
and it was nice to see you again, brother. I hope you get back into the backcountry thing at some point. Yeah, he's a good Instagram follow. What's your Instagram?
Oregon.heli.driver.
Yeah,
You got to make it complicated.
yeah. But did you want to mention where your Skywagon is listed on?
Yeah, sure. Hiller Aviation.
Hiller
So,
Aviation?
reach out to Brandon Hiller.
Okay.
Get you set up.
All right. It's a what year Skywagon?
1967 180H. And
Okay.
it's a factory float plane, and it's got every bell and whistle you can possibly think of.
Awesome. All right. How many hours on the motor?
1,000 and something, but it's a P-Ponk, so 2,000 TBO.
Sweet. 3-blade prop?
3-blade Macaulay Black Mac 86-inch, 29-inch bush wheels, Behringer wheels and brakes.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, the list goes on. Every Stoll mod you can think of.
All right. Well, I'll leave a link in the description on where you can find his beautiful red Skywagon in the description below. So check it out.
I hope it's not too disappointing not seeing us crush some tasty, fresh squeezed non-alcoholic beers before flying home, but I just didn't want to have the comment trolls lose their minds. But if you're trying to drink less, give it a shot. It's amazing what Deschutes has done with their NA lineup of beers, including fresh squeezed IPA, Black Butte Porter, Super Stoked Golden, and the Patagonia Provisions collab. And they have about a third of the calories. Okay, I'm realizing I'm sounding like I'm sponsored, but I swear I'm not. Cheers.
All right, bro. Good to see you.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Thank you.
Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. All right, guys. Until next time. Steve, you're cleared to make.